friends, welcome back again. We are so happy you popped over again to see what we are up to today. Of course, for everyone who is new here, welcome. We are Janny and Dyanne, and we hope you enjoy what you see. And if you do, of course, we hope you take a little bit of inspiration with you. For everyone who is here and is not subscribed to our channel, we hope you will click the red subscribe button, give it a thumbs up, and tick the bell so you will be notified every time we upload new DIYs. Like we always say, enough talking, let's jump into today's inspiration.
Hey everyone, it's Diane here with a new video for you from Deco Easy. Today we're going to craft again, but now for Christmas. And therefore we have this package of blocks. And Jenny and I buy them online in really big amounts of these packages. And we buy them from, I believe it was a party website. Yes, since this is a game which you can play at parties, we thought it was a good idea to use these. And you get 45 pieces, I believe, yeah, 45 pieces, it stands here really small, for just €3. And these are the blocks. I think they're 5 centimeters long and 1.5 centimeters wide. I have no idea how many inches how many inches that is, but we like to work with them. I also had bigger ones in the past, Jenny too, and they were from Action, a shop here similar to Dollar Tree. And they were, I think, about this size. So they were really big, also a little bit wider. But I like these more because you can really build organic shapes better. You can build better with these, unless you have, a plaque or something that you need to make. But yeah, I'm really happy with these, and I believe Janny is too. And I really want to show you something nice for the Christmas season today. I want to build a wreath with you in a frame, which you can decorate your way. I'm just going to show a style that I like, but you can really do it your own choice. Are you ready? Let's go and start crafting. To begin with, I like to make a wreath, and therefore I want to have some help from some kind of, well, what shall we say, a mold or something. So I have a coaster here, and I want to see, now you know what I mean, if I put all these around, is this going to work? Just want to line them out in the center and let the edges touch each other while holding the coaster, of course. And then you get a pretty nice wreath, I hope. If it won't work, then we need something bigger, but then we have at least a guideline, because personally, I really don't like if I just don't have the perfect circle, but I can't make the perfect circle, so I always need a little help. There. Very mindful to watch, I suppose, even if we speed up the process, but I want to know, is this going to work or not? I believe we just need some extra space. No, just won't slightly fit in there. Okay, let me just rearrange a little bit. How is this? I believe it is okay. Nice. Well, that's one way to make a wreath. I want to add some extra blocks here on top. To know if that will look okay if I do it this way. Just to have a look, we can always just glue it together afterwards, but first I think we can take a better look before we jump straight into gluing the whole thing together. You can always make it bigger, if you want to. If you really want a big piece, go for it. There. And like I said, if we need something bigger, then that's okay as well. But I just want to make sure this looks okay. Okay, a few more pieces to go. And there goes the last one. If it wants to fit into it. Always need to rearrange a little bit. Okay, I think this is it. Do we like a wreath or not? Hard to say. I think I like it, but I'm a little bit confused about this here. Well, now we have a wreath. Now I only have to glue it. I like to do it as following. For gluing, this is a wood glue that Jenny and I use. We buy this at Action. Like I said, a similar shop to Dollar Tree, but then here. And yeah, it has a really nice holder for your cap, just like so. Only thing is that I regularly forget to put the cap back on, and then the nozzle might get stuck with glue. So, and it dries up, and then you can remove everything with a hot needle or just a needle. I think that is the easiest way to take out a block, put some glue here on the back, and then place it right between in there. Now, and I believe everything is, laying down in the perfect position. So we can glue right away, I suppose. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Just trying to speed it up so you can see what I'm doing. But actually, you don't have to wait that long. Are you ready? Let's go and start gluing. Actually, while I'm looking at it, I'm not satisfied. I want to make it bigger. So, sorry, I'm going to take it all apart. And I have a better idea. Just use this kind of paint as a silhouette to lay around our blocks. I think this impresses me a little bit more as a wreath because it's just a little bit bigger. Now, I'm going to do the same thing, place them all around, rearrange, and then I'm going to glue the blocks together just as I showed you before. This looks a little bit better to me. Time for gluing. Took out the paint jar because I can see better what I'm doing, and I think it is a better idea to just lay these blocks flat beside each other so we can glue a little bit more at instant. How I like to glue is just indeed put them together or lay them down on the side, put the side up that you want to glue, and then just shake the glue down. Especially here at the beginning, they need some glue here. Not that much at the end because they don't touch each other over there. At least they rarely touch each other, the blocks, because there are gaps, as you can see, at the end of the circle. So I like to just use some glue on the inner part. And if you're wondering why am I waiting before applying them, I think, but there's no proof, I think it gives me the feeling that then the glue works a little bit better. Then you have a stronger joint, a stronger connection between the two glue parts. So that's why I want to do it. There. Okay, if we need more, we can always glue some more. And now let me see if everything is aligned, which you can see better if you take the centerpiece out. I think I'm happy. Let's go and start gluing then. This wreath, I think, but That's everyone's taste, of course. Everyone has their own taste. This looks more like a wreath. The other one looked more like, oh, there's a sun, because the, oh, forgot to put this back on. The other one was more like, oh, I'm a sun. The inner circle was also a little bit smaller. And I hope I can do a little bit more with this wreath. Now, the glue has to dry, of course, so I'm going to take this crafting mat and put it away, but not before I have sorted out. I want to make a plaque, of course, where this thing is laying on. How wide does this thing need to be? If we take out 5, then we have enough. But what if we take out 6? What would that look like? Yeah, I think 6 by 6 is better. Or maybe we do 6 by 8. But now I know the size, so that was important. Step 1 is done, of course. Let's move over to the other one, and that is making the plaque. Well, time to make the plaque on the back part. We want to have it, oh yeah, I said 6, right? 2, 4, 5, 6. And now I have to measure how long is 6 down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ain't gonna fit. Also, I think it's a really weird shape, actually, 6 by 6. Maybe do 5 by 6 then. And then we make an edge around it. I think that's a better idea. Okay, let's redo it. Otherwise, I can't let it fit on this thing. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Long. And 2, 3, 4, 5 wide. That will just fit in. Okay, well, that's quite a lot of wood to fill in. Oh, I'm doing it wrong. Should be doing this. This way and this way. Almost there. Now we only need one part here. Or actually we don't, because I need to lay in this. Let's see how many we need, and they need each other. These, there goes in 3 for each block. I'm just roughly doing a sketch, you know. And one other. Good. Now I have the correct length and the correct width of how many pieces we need. Now we can take these off. And yeah, I think the best idea is to start gluing the first row then. As I said, how I like to glue, I'm going to need more packages of the wood. How I like to glue, I want to lay down the first one flat, and the other ones, I'll just rotate them with the side that needs to be glued, standing up. There. Okay, well, we know that we got to do 5, so let's remove them. Grab your glue, and then I'm going to glue everything down and put them against each other. And at the end, if it's working, I'd like to just use 2 blocks, one on the top, one on the bottom part, to press everything together, you know, so you get a more or stronger construction. That's optional. Also need to outline everything. You still got to do it while the glue is wet. And afterwards, I think we need to let this dry quite for a long time, because it's getting colder here. It's full autumn right now as I'm filming this. However, the sun is shining, so the weather is nice. There's no rain, but it's cold. It's crisp, you know? Okay. Let's rotate it this side. Because I can work a little bit more precise if I'm doing this. There we go. You know what I mean about with outlining, right? Just take 2 blocks without any glue. And you gotta push everything into the straight line with those blocks, because now I see that it's not going completely straight. Okay, that's row 1. We take these blocks, and this is what I said with the back and the front. Now we're going to outline. Just push them into a straight line with the blocks. That might be harder than it looks, but the good thing is that your glue is still soft, wet. There, I think we are done with the first row. Actually, you see here what kind of glue peeping through. I just like to wipe that away with my finger. Do that immediately, otherwise it hardens out and you can't do that anymore. And there we have row number 1. Now, oops, I'm going to move this thing again because I still need to make 4 of the exact same rows, and I think then we have the background plaque at the ready. Well, I believe that was one of the biggest plaques I've ever made. Now we let these dry. You can still move them around like this. Oh, well, this one needs to be redone. Let's do a quick fix with that one. This might be because of what I call it greasy wood. You can't see that. Even when you take them new out of the package, sometimes the glue just won't stick. It can be this or that one. I have no idea. So let's carefully place them back together. Outline them. There. Okay. That's okay. You can't do anything about it. That was what I wanted to tell you. So yeah, sometimes that just happens. Then you need to re-glue it just like I did. And I think I'm going to give it a guess that we're going to glue these all together right now, because then it can all dry at once, and the last row is still a little bit movable, so if necessary we can just move things around. Now I want to have it a little bit bigger dots of glue than this line. Just move back and forth a little bit to divide it better. And personally, I have no idea how you can recognize that greasy wood, how I call it. It's not super shiny or greasy at all. It's just very weird. Well, almost there. This is a little bit more wobbling because the glue isn't super dry here. Good. Oops. Yeah, I was afraid that something like that would happen. Let's do a quick fix on that one. Might be also a cause of greasy wood. It happens pretty often. Okay. There. Now carefully do the other one. This one is okay. This one is too. And the last one there. Grab 2 extra blocks. So we can outline everything Oops. There. Now we need the big press. Pressing it against each other, and it becomes one big plaque. And I think this one will be pretty heavy too. Okay. There it is. Now we let it dry. And then afterwards we can put the wreath upon it. Let me first check if the size is okay. So I have here the wreath. I think this one looks marvelous. But that's my my opinion. And it also fits in there. Perfect. Okay, so we know that we did at least a great job with the right job with the size. We can also move a little bit upwards and then write something here. And yeah, first let this dry. We don't want to break that one. Well, a couple of hours later, the plaque is dry, the wreath is dry. Now I want to make the frame that we can put around the plaque. And I measured, and I think that I need 2, 4, 5. Yeah, 6 by 5. So let's glue that together. Just like I always do, put these up. Especially not for the first or the last one in the row. Now, let's see if there is still some glue left in this bottle. Just had to reopen the nozzle. There it is. Just some drops will do. Okay, that was weird. Suddenly the camera stopped working. I have no idea what went wrong. Anyway, what I wanted to tell is that you should leave them for just a couple of minutes standing up so the glue can dry. Your joint is much more secure. I'm not going to glue these 4 parts of the frame together. I will glue them upon the plaque. And if it's necessary to have a little bit more blocks, then I will do that. And you know, the leftover part, I will get that sew with my figure saw, because when I well, let's just go. When I use my power saw for this, I noticed that sometimes, but that really depends on the block, they split. No matter what kind of saws I use, I've been using different saws to try out what works and what doesn't work. If you have big plaques, then it also might break apart. Not always, but it really depends on the block. You see these here, especially, can you see it with the dark stripes actually in it? Then it's a big chance that everything will split open just exactly at the same spot, which is darker or brighter. No idea why, but that might happen. Okay, let's grab 2 extra blocks. Carefully, I say really carefully, going to put these together. Put tension upon it, and I'm going to put them besides each other so I can hopefully just really better put them together. Oops. I think it will be stuck again. There we go. Somehow it doesn't want to stick. Or we have greasy wood here. It really absorbed all the glue at once. Well, then we just put on some extra. And it really happens, it doesn't matter depending on the time that you give this thing to get together. It simply doesn't work. This one is okay. This one isn't completely, but I think it will be in a few seconds. There it goes. Yep, now it sticks together. Push here, there, 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 and there again to outline. Always this point, how annoying. Well, just leave it to rest then, and I hope that it will work out together. Something here isn't working nice either. 2 pieces that won't stick. Okay, going to fix that. A really amount of sticky or greasy wood in these packages somehow, because everything sticks except for these two parts. Here we go again. 1 and 2 just glued together. Hope we're not too late for our lining, because it already starts drying pretty quickly somehow. Oops, what went wrong there? I look like an amateur today. Okay, maybe I should try it with my fingers so I can feel a little bit better how strong or not strong are these things attached. Well, completely not. How weird is that? I've never seen it in such a worse scenario. Okay, I'm going to fix it, no problem. Maybe I just let the glue set in long enough. Let's give it another try. Or is there something on the surface? No. Sometimes when I use a hot glue gun and I leave a stain of glue at the crafting mat, that will set, harden out, and leave a small bump, which you can hardly see. I'm not going to touch it anymore. Which you can hardly see, but is there. Okay, let's put the glue away. I still have some leftovers, which I'll put away as well, because we're going to make some room for painting. And I want to paint the plaque. I'm not going to paint the wreath because I really like its beauty as it is, so I'm going to leave it in this plain color, but I want to paint the plaque, and that I would do with black paint. Here's the paint that Jenny and I like to use. Blackboard paint from Action. I believe this can cost €6, but the coverage is really good. And I just have a normal brush. Now, time to apply the paint. I'm not sure if I want to start with the angles first. Maybe we can make it easier for ourselves. I have 2 empty boxes that we can lay them underneath, because this thing is strongly glued. Lay these as some sort of standard here. Put this one on top. Yes, and now I can freely paint the edges. Oh, I picked a little bit too big brush for this job. Yeah, this paint is pretty sticky. The coverage is good, but it's also really thick, sticky paint. Okay, now we start off with the edges, and the crafting mat is turnable, which is a good thing. And actually, I don't paint that many times with these standards underneath, but I was happy to give it a try because this works superb if you want to paint edges. Now, I'm just going to work my way around, do the edges first, because I think that works the easiest way. At least for me, it works the easiest way. Maybe you're painting or staining or whatever you want to use, doing a different technique. If you have advice for us, also let it know in the comment section, of course. And I'm going to speed it up because I think you all know how to paint. Well, black paint job done. Let's wait until it is dry, and yeah, I think that will take a while because you can see I applied quite a thick line and or a thick layer, and this stuff can dry really quickly if you put the heater upon it, like a blow dryer or something, but then it also somehow shrinks a little bit, and then you get cracks in your paint. So I'm not going to do that. I did that in the past, but I'm not going to do it today again, because I think it doesn't improve the quality of your DIY. So we wait just patiently and let the air and the sun do their work. The plaque is done. Time to start making the frame. These are dry. I have an idea. Let's lay these down. Not like this, you know, putting them underneath, but do it like this. And by that, and then this one goes here and here. And by doing this, you have the perfect square, you know? Maybe this one needs to be rotated. And now we have the perfect square. And I thought, well, it's not going to fit on that one, but if you lay it down like this and glue these 4 points, and then turn these around, you can just lay it down. Of course, you need to glue the frame, not this one, the frame. And I think that should do the trick. So I'm going to give that one a try. Let's see, we need to glue this point. So this one, this one, this one, and that one. Hope I can remember that. First, let's drop some glue. This side here needs to be done. We'll use a lot of glue here because we need a strong connection. Now this one as well. Let's glue all the way. And this side here. And the last one is over here. Well, that should do the trick. Yeah, there's glue dripping already all over the place. Let's be quick then. This one should go here. This one here. Oops. Let's move over a little bit, otherwise this one is going to glue upon the table. There, there. Now gently squeeze without ruining the whole thing. This one needs to be rotated as well. And there we go. Now it's more flattened out somehow. Well, I think this is it. And now we wait until it is dry. Oops. There we go. I'm going to let this dry. And then we just instantly glue, or shall we do that right now actually? Maybe we do it right now, because then we get a better connection. Okay, we're just going to glue right away. Let's apply glue here on this side. Use a thin line, but not too thin. Near the edge. Oops, not over the edge, near the edge. Just use some extra here on the joints. Let's go over here. Go. On the joints some more. Over here. Okay, well, hope this will do. It's not looking perfect. It's looking actually more like a disaster. Let me stand up so I can see better what I'm doing from the top section. Okay, let's have some good luck while dropping this. I think it's almost perfect. Okay, I'm going to leave this here. Put some heavy objects like a toolbox or something upon it so you make sure that everything fits in. Okay, well, I really hope it fits, but some weight here is necessary because I can feel this side popping up. If I let go, it's going to get loose. So I'm going to grab my toolbox and then we leave this here for a couple of hours. Well, I think the frame turned out wonderful. Time to do the side parts, and therefore we're going to use the following thing. Beeswax. Really nice stuff that Jenny and I use a lot, and you can apply it with a brush, very simple. This is how I like to apply beeswax. Go a little bit over there, We use the lid and a brush. Now dab in the brush and wipe off the excess wax into the lid of the jar, and then start on the inside parts. You just divide by, for example, rubbing back and forth the wax to the blocks. On some blocks it will leave a very dark stain color, and on the other ones maybe not. And then if it's not working, then I suppose that is the greasy wood stuff. And just by doing this, I like to work in circles, where you can just go back and forth like this. Then you get the stain color that we were looking for. And I think by making circles, you just apply a little bit better to the wood. First let me do the inside parts and then the outside parts. And then you can see what a difference it will make. Just apply some more. And sometimes you gotta rub very well, because then the stain won't really, get into the wood. I have no idea why that happens. Now you can just apply it with a new layer and ventilate your room while you're using this, because this stuff smells. But yeah, that's also the same thing with varnish or stained or oil, at least oil most of the times. I'm just going to show you one swipe on the wood. You see? And this is what you get. Not the most darkest color, as you can see on this thing. Maybe it works a little bit better. No, not this time. I want to say when you rub it in circles, but doesn't make a big difference today. Okay, well, I'm just going to continue the stained effect. Okay, well, I think that the beeswax is almost dry, but I wanted to show you something. We have the wreath here, which we're going to put in something like this. First I thought I'd do it in the center, but I want to move it a little bit upwards because I still have these Scrabble letters that I want to use to make a word here underneath. But I gotta look, how does it, come all together, so that I first want to put in the letters and then determine how high or low I want the wreath to be. I have my glue gun at the ready here, and the letters I want to make, oops, now I'm demolishing it. I want to make just very simple Christmas. Before applying, I have the hot glue gun here. I thought it was a smart idea to just put all the letters together. Why? Because then we can do it as one simple plaque upon the plate here, but we were going to work really straight while we do that. So that was, clean work. That was my goal, actually. Let me see if the glue gun is already hot enough. No, not completely. Just need to wait a couple of seconds. I'm going to glue all of these letters together, and after that I'll be using wood glue to apply them to the plaque. Put this back back into place. Christmas here, nice, clean. And let's move it upside down. Grab the glue gun, the wood glue, which I also had upside down. So hopefully I don't have to shake that much anymore. No, there it goes. Nice glue everywhere. Oops. Okay. Now, well, this here is the center one, around that part. I think here is our center. Okay. Now we need to do the wreath, and then everything can dry. Let's move these a little bit over there. And this is actually easy gluing, but a lot of glue. We need glue on every brick block that we have on the wreath. So, which is a very satisfying thing to watch. It's like swatching sun cream or makeup. Oops. Also over there, thank you. And the last one. Okay, we're good to go. Let me stand up again so I can see better what I'm doing. There we go. And that's it. Our plaque is almost there. Now it needs to dry. Hey everyone, it is the next morning and welcome back. Everything is now dry. I let the beeswax dry especially pretty long because it needs quite a long drying time. And the Christmas letters are done too. Well, time to finish up the wreath. Therefore I have the following objects that we can use. A branch with Christmas greenery. I have the price tag upon it, and it was, hope you can see it, really small. It was €1.50 for the whole branch, so that is really cheap for Dutch standards. And I also have a ribbon here. Maybe I'm going to use this one. That looks Christmassy, but I also have a plain red one. But I think I prefer this one today. It's more the traditional Christmas feeling that we have here. What is the best idea? I have the hot glue gun at the ready as well. I don't think we need to lay this thing upon the whole crafting mat anymore because everything is dry. Well, let's turn on the glue gun. I'm going to cut this one open because it's still in the package, and I once got this from Action here. I have no idea what I paid for it anymore because I bought it, I believe it was at Easter time, and then they had all kind of ribbons, all kind of variations, and the cool thing is that this thing has a double color, so on both sides you have a color. I want to make a bow with this one, maybe on the top, maybe on the bottom. I'm going to use some greenery as well. Going to cut them off, and therefore I have this tool here. You can maybe also just pull them off, but let me see if I can cut them first hand. Oops, not cut my own hand. Yes, well, that looks pretty nice. I'm going to cut off some pieces then, and then we can just make a nice display out of it. Well, glue gun is almost ready. Made myself different kinds of pieces. I think first I thought doing this, but that looks weird, at least for me. So I'm going to let it hang down, and we even can do something like this. So we're going to layer here, you see? Something like this, and then we can always just make one smaller one and one here. What is the best idea to start? I think with the big one. Now let me check if the glue gun is hot enough. Oh, I think it will do. Just lay some glue here on the flat side of the branch. I'm going to gently push that into the wood. Let me use some scissors to hold the branch for me without burning my fingers, because this thing first has to harden out the glue. So it has to dry, it has to cool down, and then we can let go. And I can see if it's cooling down, if the glue gets from transparent to a little bit of the milky color here. This is the glue stick. If it gets a little bit more of this color, then we're good to go. Which is now. Well, next one then. Just at the beginning some glue. Why not at the bigger part? Because then I'm afraid that you're going to see that. Because it won't dry up transparent completely. It always turns out like this. And yeah, we don't want to see that. If I had done it all the way here, it would be more secure. But however, this isn't such a heavy object. And we don't need that much glue. Here we go again with a new piece. Just try to shovel it a little bit underneath this one here. If possible, might not be always possible to do so. Okay, well, now almost the last one. I'm going to put it here inside the other branches. Just try to sneak it in, because this is a really light one. I hope that it will hold against these pieces here. There we go. And the last one will be on the top. Oops. There we go. You can go over here. And stay there. Well, it already looks really Christmassy. If you want, you can also add some berries. I don't know if I'm a huge fan of that today, but you can do it. That's optional if you like it. Or maybe glitter spray. You can put all kinds of things upon it, which we're not going to show you, but use your own imagination and do whatever you like. Well, time to prepare a bow. Let me show you a really easy hack how you can make a bow with your fingers. You get the spool here, use 2 fingers and wrap around once, or you can wrap around twice. That's up to you. Today I'll be doing once. Then this end will go here completely through. And now comes the trick. This end will go underneath here, where you just see it, where you just take the ribbon through, and then don't let go, pull tight, and now you can let go, and then you have a really tiny nice bow. Of course you have to cut this off, but I think we need a little bigger one for this one today. So I'm going to let go of this. Yeah, you can pull on the side where the spool is and release the knot here. I think we're going to cheat a little bit today on our bow, because I don't have a bow maker and I like to do it the other way. Let me see, how large do we want the bow to be? Think about this, which is about 7 centimeters. Well, then I suggest, no, is it 7? We'll do 10 then. And I'll take 22 centimeters of ribbon, cut this off. Oh, I have to turn on the glue gun again. What I'm going to do, I'm going to make a loop by just gluing one side, and then we put them here. So you get one big loop. Then we also need the center part, which is too wide, so I'm going to fold it double, like so, glue that end. And we can wrap it around here. However, now I'm seeing this, I need a little bigger piece, I think. I think. First go and give it a try. Not immediately, I've thrown it away already. Not going to immediately throw it away. Oh, this thing is warm, I suppose. There we go then. Yes. Glue here. Fold into a loop. And carefully, don't burn your fingers. Make one piece out of it. There. Okay, now we can put this here and try to see. Oh yeah, I had to fold this in double, sorry. In half. Ouch. That was my finger. There we go. Trim the ends, that is necessary. And here as well. Okay. Now let me see if gluing is possible with this kind of material. Just going to let it rest here. And then fold it around. Now we have to pinch the big one a little bit, but no worries, that makes it look more natural. Try to hold it while putting down the glue again. This is going to work, really, believe me, it looks really stumbling. It's been cooled down. Here's a weird end. Let's trim that. Okay, now fold it a little bit. Make sure that both ends are the same length. And then we have the first part of our bow. Of course, we also need fishtails. Let me see, how long do I want them to be? I believe this size here. Hello, let go. So let's cut off 2 parts of the same length. What a funny edge. A stubborn one. Okay, there we go. Then the fishtails, you fold it in half and you cut towards the end of the bow, or the ribbon. So not inwards, but always toward the end. Here's some really annoying. And then you get your fishtails. Do it also with the other end. There, that one went down right the way we want it. Okay, rubbish. Let's see. Dot of glue here. Just press your bow upon it until the glue is dry. And probably glue down to the crafting mat as well. Yep. And then the other one goes on the other way. Just a dot of glue, and then I'm just laying it down here. And then we have a bow with fishtails for our wreath. Here is some dried up glue visible. Just cut that off. And there, a bow. Here is the final result of the DIY. Let us know in the comment section what you think about this one. Really did something extra, and that was adding a black ribbon inside of the red and white one. Let us know in the comment section what you think, and we hope you had fun watching this video. Take care everyone and have a nice day. Bye!